shuttle has cleared the tower. Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to today's session. Big news ahead. Big news ahead. The CPI release. I'm extremely excited for it. Tomorrow's the FOMC meeting. It's going to be amazing as well. It's a very, very interesting ride that I want to take you. So I'm streaming a little bit earlier than usual to go over the facts and particular outcomes here that hopefully can help you out today. Looking forward to host you guys. What's going on? Thank you for the presence. Thank you for the patience as well. And let's make it a beautiful, beautiful stream. Hope you guys liked the video from yesterday. I shared a spreadsheet for you guys. This spreadsheet is absolutely key. What it does, it shows you exactly at around what time you should wait for what particular candle closure. Because with that spreadsheet, you have much more accurate data. I've been testing it out over hundreds and hundreds of trades already using that exact system. Nothing random anymore. Okay? Everything here is systematic and is tested out. So therefore, I don't think anyone has shared this with you beforehand. So that's why I do it. The candle closure here, okay? Let's say it's 1 past the 1 hour candle closure. You wait for the 5 minute candle closure. Let's say it's the 21 minutes past, whatever. You wait for the 1 minute candle closure. The moment it breaks, more information you can find in the last video. Let's see what we have in the building here. Looking forward to host you guys. It's an interesting ride. What is the dollar gonna do? Especially, what is the euro gonna do? What is gold gonna do? We're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be good. I have a couple of setups that I would like to share with you based on particular outcomes, 2 different types of outcomes, because we always have to take 2 different outcomes in consideration before moving forward. And that's beautiful because we have the eurjpy, we have gold, and we have GJ. So there are actually 3 setups that are potentially looking at, all related to the dollar. We all know that the Japanese yen is also related to the dollar as well in a negative correlation. So therefore, we can use this one as well here. Let's see what we have here. We have Donald in the building. My man Renando is back. Carimiro. Jim. Trading channel. Ricardo. Utku. My man Utku in the building. Hartley, Vivek, Chrono, Jason. Donald, yes. Amazing. Malek. Okay, great. Welcome here. All right, so the expectation is as follows, okay? Many people expect the rate hike for tomorrow to not be there. So no rate hike tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in it here, but we talk about the inflation first because they expect particularly that the inflation potentially slowly came down a little bit in May. Keep in mind that what we're looking for today is the core CPI of May, all right? The CPI of May, the CPI month over month. So we have the core CPI, okay? It is the product and services excluding food and energy. Then we have, of course, the CPI year over year and the CPI month over month, which is all from a community or consumer perspective as well here. Right, changes in these prices of products. Goods and services of the perspective of the consumer. So there are a couple things that we have to look at. And one of them is the core CPI. Not just the CPI year over year, but also the core CPI. Why is this important? Well, if we see something very unexpected here, the market could react very heavily to it. And what do I mean with that? Well, even though people expect the fact that, roughly, the inflation has been coming down and so on and so on, including an 80% chance that the Federal Reserve will not increase the rates tomorrow, we still have to take in consideration here that if you look at the core CPI here and we come back up higher than the 0.4%, so this is important, higher than the 0.4%, you will probably see the dollar shooting up and the market coming down, okay? This is extremely important. I think it's a relatively small chance, but I think it's something that you have to look for. So in regards to the data, higher than 0.4% core CPI, market potentially coming down, dollar coming up. That means dollar pairs coming up, pairs related to the dollar coming down, gold potentially coming down, market potentially coming down. Okay. The CPI year over year is the 4.1%. So it's actually 0.8% lower than the expectation, than the actual previous outcome. Sorry, not the expectation, the previous outcome of 4.9%. You know, I've done some research here and there, and I think the average will come out around, you know, 4.1, 4.2%. So maybe slightly higher than the 4.1. And then with the CPI of 0.2%, I think this will stay quite neutral in general. Okay. What will happen if this is higher? Let's say 0.5%. Well, this is the federal rate monitor tool. And this is where you can literally see what the expectation is, okay? So you have right now the 75% chance at the moment that they will not increase, you know, the interest rates with 25 base points and so on and so on. And a 24% right now, 24.3% that it will be the case here, okay? Let's say this suddenly goes up or is higher than expected here. What will then happen is that this will dramatically change in the split of a second, and therefore it is not priced in, and therefore you're going to see a massive reaction until tomorrow, of course, because of that particular reason, because this could suddenly change. If it is, you know, 0.4 or lower, it will be actually fantastic. You know, probably we're going to see the market, you know, coming up here, and the dollar continue its momentum to the downside. So, you know, look at the investing.com/central banks/Fed rate monitor, and you will find the accurate data here. It changes all the time here. It was 80%, now it's 75%, now it's 76.9%. It's constantly changing. Okay, so that's important. Another layer is, of course, to be extremely cautious during the CPI, to trade when you trade the CPI. We all know that. The last time we traded the CPI, we had a massive trade on gold. We shorted it when it came up first to then immediately come down. Today it's a little bit different. I look at it a little bit different way for gold right now, because there is a couple of levels that I would like to highlight here. If you look at the daily, we have been you know, actually building out a lot of liquidity right now to the upside, which is in essence a good sign here. We see that we kind of created an indecisive candle here. What needs to happen is important today. We need to see a body closure of the daily candle above the 1965.8. So let's say the 1966 to make it easy, in order to remain bullish for the next coming days. You know, looking at the market so far and what we're currently seeing here. So that's important. When you then zoom in and you go to the levels here, we have this high, okay? And this high seems like a lot of resistance, but at the same time, we have created a higher high followed by a lower high, because we just actually came below that wick, followed by a higher low scenario. So this is not particularly an extremely strong high here. So if you do come up, I see this already as the major key point at 9073.13 to then come up already. So I would love to see it coming up and breaking that level here, to then continue and see from there if you can potentially long it all the way up. This is, in my opinion, not really something that I'm worrying about right now at the moment, that 1983 level, particularly not because we have also a bunch of liquidity here which has not been taken out beforehand. Okay, it's not that we created a higher high and then created a lower low or something like that at all. We didn't create a higher high. We also didn't create a lower low either. So that's why I think that this high is kind of you know, not really a big worry for now for gold in general here. Okay, that's important. Then we have the EURUSD. That's a little bit of a different layer. That's what I'm saying. If there are two different outcomes, I like to look at two different types of situations. So we have gold, we have the EURUSD. The EURUSD is then the opposite direction potentially here. And what I'm looking for is now an interesting move. And the reason why I look at the EURUSD is because of the Euro index. And the reason why I look at the Euro index is because of the fact that we have broken out of this trend. I'm not really a big fan of like always looking at trend lines and all of that stuff in general, but it is interesting moment in time right now, the fact that we have this actually happening already today, yesterday, pretty much we broke out here in New York EST 6 p.m. We broke out of that zone and we came back towards this range right now where we're facing some resistance at the point of control, which is interesting. Okay, so the fact that we're facing that resistance here, that we already broke out, could indicate that we're just going to see a retest coming to the downside here. If that happens here, eurusd will come down. If the dollar just stays stagnant or potentially shoots up here, obviously the eurusd will then potentially get rejected at this particular level. We will see it potentially coming up on the lower time frame to take out some of these highs, and hopefully we see some sort of reversal here. If that's the case here, I would like to wait to see if it can come up, come down, shoot, and then short from there. Will be the ideal scenario. Or if we break this low at 107.868, I would like to maybe place in a short as well right there from that particular level, due to the fact that it took some serious time here to break these highs right there. If we now close below it, I want to take it down towards the lower levels here, towards these lows, somewhat in the middle of this range right here, coming back towards that range right there. So it's either gold or the eurusd. And the outcome for the CPI does not really matter if you have multiple potential solutions in regards to a trading setup here, which I think is extremely valuable and important. So that's why we have gold right there. We have the eurusd right there. And then the last one I would like to share with you guys before we have an end of the introduction here is GJ. GJ right now is in that 30-minute zone. We already came down significantly. We are now back in that high here. Anything can happen here. We came back into that range. We could easily look for a higher high. If you do break this low internally though, and that is at 175.205. Right there, that low, that put in that high. Then my suggestion is to look for potential short. There's quite of clean traffic to the downside here. We have this massive gap in between right there. Also, which I actually really like here, we have that massive very gap in between here, which I would love to get seen filled. If you do indeed get rejected, and if you do indeed, coming down here, breaking, coming back towards that gap, I would love to take a short from the 175.2 level here. Okay, that's the combination. In this case here, I'm not here to predict the CPI outcome. I'm just giving you the scenarios right now and the potential scenario for tomorrow when the big FOMC meeting will be there, when we trade live, also when we will be streaming it as well. We want to just be completely aware here. However, in both scenarios, I have a couple of potential ideas that we can observe for the next hour just to see how it develops, okay? So that's gold, the eurusd, and GJ, which I'm personally right now interested in here in the short term, okay? I think this is an important thing to take into consideration right now here. Overall, we are now coming closer and closer towards something very interesting indeed, and that is if you look indeed on the daily. Nick, thank you for sharing. We are looking quite strong still for GJ, like we have done before, but then we have to bring it down towards the Japanese yen basket, and the Japanese yen basket is something that I'm also looking at right here. But the most important part is just breaking its internal low. Why is that important? Well, usually what tends to happen is if you come down, we come up, we get rejected, we're going to see short-term bounce, and then we can still look for the continuation to the upside if that's the case here. But the most important tool to take consideration is the Japanese yen basket, which is still has still been coming down overall. But there is a but. We are coming closer and closer towards this lower range, and that lower range had a massive expansion here. It was the first expansion. We're finally back in that range, all the way down here at the value area low, value area high of that range right there. And I would love to see a bounce from here, even though in the short term, okay, it doesn't matter, have to be a long particular bounce. I just want to see that coming down, tapping and continue, and at least react, coming back towards this range, retesting it, and from there then make a decision either up or down. That's the main reason for GJ potentially. If you do come up, we will probably see it coming up for GJ to then potentially come down eventually, if you're going to see that bounce from the yen, if the dollar and the news from the CPI comes out as well here in a negative manner, which is actually high likely. Okay, this should actually be very good for the Japanese yen, because if it's an 80% chance we're not going to see the increase in these rate hikes here, that will be bullish for the market. That will not be good for the dollar. Negative correlation with the yen. This could be good for the yen as well here. I hope that answers your question. And my man Nick, thank you for being here, my friend. Amazing to have you as always, every single day. So that's the reason for the yen here. I would love to see that bounce. Just in general, keep a very close eye on it. For now, my main focus is going to be gold and the eurjpy. And whatever happens, happens here. I'm very, very curious to see what you guys think as well. So let me know what you guys think in the chat right now. What do you guys think will happen? Or what do you guys think are potential projected outcomes in your manner here? All right, let me know, because it's an interesting story. It's a massive week. We have the interest rate and CPI coming out. We have the FOMC meeting, and then we have the ECB as well following up later on. Uncle or no, Aunt, what's her name again? Lagarde, Aunt Lagarde. Sorry, Christine Lagarde. Do you only trade when there is news? No, not only when there is news. We have been trading a lot, my man. We have doing already, I think we have taken around 200, 450, 240, 50 trades already. Also without the news, just when there is news, you have to be a little bit more cautious. You have to do a little bit more research. Fundamentals are a little bit more important. You know, not just 90% technical trading. You know, it turns into like a 60-40 situation where the fundamentals are extremely important for that particular day or week. So that's why we just have to, or we need a little bit of a different approach here. The core principles of us are still the same. Still the same. Breakout, in Forex, how are you doing? I'm doing great, but I hope you're doing well, my man. Fahad, do you journal your trades? Yes, I do. Where did you start trading? At what age? So I'm 29 right now. I was 23 when I started. V3 for the win. Yes. Wow. What can I say about that? We released our V3. It was absolutely amazing. It was our biggest event. It was ridiculous, man. It was absolutely ridiculous. The chat went absolutely nuts. We thought we were going to break the server. Like, no joke. It was absolutely incredible. We're going to release a trading pit. But in order to join and to be able to be part of the trading pit, to vote with us, to make trading decisions together with us, you have to go through the test. And the test is significantly hard. I'm telling you, we had 270 applications. 40 of these people actually passed the test, and at the beginning we had a little glitch. So do take that into consideration as well. That means that around 15% roughly, you know, passes the test. And if you pass the test, you are able to vote with us, making trading decisions together, which increase the actual outcome eventually. And you can use and you can understand only qualified traders will be able to vote. And if we can use our brains together, over the long term with the data that we generate, we will have a higher and better probability outcomes, higher possible chance to win, and also create a system around it rather than just taking, you know, trades from me as somebody else in the community, which we're still going to do. We have that system that will win, that gets better over time, that has never been done before, that will take over the game. Okay? Then we can start implementing it specifically for gold, for GJ, for euros, crypto, whatever it is. It's a system. All right, we have 10,000 people in our Discord, so we have enough people to create the system, enough brains that we can put together, but you have to pass the test. Interesting scenarios here, okay? Keep in mind, 50 questions. You can only have 10% wrong. If you fail, you can do it, or 5% wrong, sorry. If you fail, you have around 7 days. We're going to reduce it to a little bit less than 7 days, before you can do it again. Suggestion on the test. Can we get feedback on how many answers were wrong? Yeah, so we're going to implement potentially a percentage-based system where you can see at least how many of that percentage you had good. Like what are the amount of trades you did good, you did right, and what amount automatically the amount of trades you did wrong. You can calculate it for yourself, which will help a lot here. How much does it take to withdraw money from BlueBerryMarkets? Not much. That part is pretty good with Blackpool. The only problem with BlueBerryMarkets, and that's still what I'm not really like, is the spread. Even though with a raw account, The spread is still sometimes a little bit variable, so I'm extremely cautious right now. I'm just testing it for myself. Still, I'm not there. I'm not really, you know, I'm not an affiliate of them, and I'm also definitely not gonna be it yet. I'm testing it out a little bit more. So if I recommend it, not yet, to be honest. But who knows in the future. Whereas as you can see, the high at 1986 wasn't broken. With many tries, it should be our entry zone or chalk signal. So indeed, I agree with you that this is a major pivot point. In my opinion, it's also like the 1983 area range. Okay, but like I said before, internally, yes, this is maybe a stronger high. We took out this low. But at the same time, when you look at the 1 hour range, this is an overall range here. We are building tremendous amount of liquidity to the upside for gold. Right here, right now. We have not been taking out highs for a long period of time. The more you do that, the higher the chance that it will break out and take out these highs here. At the same time, the key point right now is 1973. I believe that this is not really that high that I'm looking for. If this was a stronger high to create a lower low, of course I'm going to be very careful. I'm only going to look for long above the 1983. Until that moment, I might be looking at 1973 here. But maybe 1983, let's see how it goes. Let's see how we develop. But we're going to do definitely something at these particular levels here. It depends on the timing in the market, okay? It's not just only about, okay, once you break, you go long. No, it's also about what time do you break it? When is the CPI coming out? When you break it? Is it like 5 minutes before, 15 minutes before? Like these are all variables you have to take consideration during the CPI here. Because if you don't, then you could be one of these, you know, you can get faked out. You can get wiped out, you know, quite easily. You can suddenly flip return. Just because price, you know, leads you in one direction, you know, eventually news comes out, you go long, news comes out, and it flips immediately. So I'm extremely cautious. I just want to make sure that the timing is right. And if I have to wait for it until after the CPI, I will. In the end, I want to win. You guys want to win. So that's the conclusion. And that's the target for today. The objective for today in general here. That's why we also have multiple different scenarios. Not just for gold, but also for the USD and then GJ as well here. So we have a couple of potential setups that we're looking for. Alright, thank you so much for your videos and knowledge, my man. What are you expecting CPI to do to the market? Well, to be honest, if I knew, I would give you an answer straight away. But if I would tell you that what I think could happen, then I would be lying because nobody really knows. I gave two different scenarios of what will happen chart-wise when, you know, this or that comes out. And I think that matters the most right now. So just based on the two scenarios, what is going to happen? So we can directly switch, okay, relate. Okay, in this case, let's say we will come back up higher than the 0.5%, 0.4% for the core CPI. In my opinion, the market will tank, and it will tank hard. The dollar will go up. If it's 0.4 or lower, I think the market will be actually quite bullish. The CPI year over year is also important, obviously. But the core CPI in combination with the CPI year over year, this is where the magic happens. Okay? But the core CPI is, in my opinion, this month the most important. And this is what I want to look for right now. And this will then massively impact the Fed rate monitor tool. Why is it so important? Well, because this will then have a massive impact on the Fed rate monitor tool, which then potentially be, you know, a different scenario for a potential rate hike, which is now 75% that it will not happen. But yeah, interesting data. Very interesting data here. There we go. Very, very beautiful. So yeah, let's see what happens when the gold eventually breaks in 1973. I think I'm very, very excited for it. I'm very looking forward to that as well. And again, if you want to have that video that I created yesterday, I'm going to upload 2 videos a week. 2 videos a week, educational content right now as well. I started posting new videos. I'm actually super happy that I'm doing it right here, because it's just something that I had to do. Something important that I had to take had to take action on, okay? For people that don't know what I'm talking about here, I create a little video for you guys. Here we go. That's what we're gonna try to avoid right now, right? No more fake outs. I'm tired of these fake outs here. That's why we have that spreadsheet for you guys made. So you know exactly when, the moment you break, what kind of candle closure you want to wait for. If you have a strategy that is not built around candle closures, don't worry about it. And if it works for you, it works for you. Just specifically for the people that are actually looking at candle closures and don't want to get swiped out, and that, you know, build a strategy around waiting for closures and so on and so forth. Different types of trading style. However, it is in general still interesting to look at because it increased my win rate, and not that it increased my win rate. The reason why it increased my win rate is not because I have more winning trades. It's because I have less losing trades. I think that's important to mention. Not more winning trades, less losing trades. Why? Because sometimes the trade goes still in that direction. I miss out on it. Well, fine. But at least I lose less, and my actual win to loss ratio is higher. So I think that's an important statement. And I hope that makes sense to you. It's interesting. The euro is already it's already moving down. Okay, so the euro is already pivoting here. We all know what's happening right now with the euro. The euro at the moment gets rejected at the point of control. Point of control of this range. What a surprise! What a surprise! We have this overall range here. We came back up towards that range, and we got rejected at it for now, at least. Okay, for now. And we are coming down here around the point of control. We created like the double top formation. We broke the lows internally here, and after that low was broken, it was a nice reaction here for the euro. The USD to potentially come down here. If you look at the USD in general here, what do we have here? We have the point of control, but at the same time, and I need to look here as well. I think it is on 30 minutes. We have the we have the value area low in that range. Around that zone as well right here, okay? And if you see that breakout in general, okay, so let's say you go to the like 15 minute and you break and you see that the euro index breaks the level right there. Right here it breaks it and it comes down, it closes below. It's an interesting thing to look at. Why? Well, the dollar is just ranging, stagnating at the moment. Euro index is breaking below, Euro USD coming down, potentially breaking below as well. You know, it's an interesting way of looking at it. General, just wanted to highlight this as well here. What we are waiting for is either break below the 107.868 or a rejection at the 108.127. In case gold is the other way around, so it depends what will happen with the CPI. That's what we're looking for. Lorenzo, do you have a video that goes into detail about the difference between structural internal highs and lows? I have a video on Discord, in Discord itself in the V3. However, I'm in the making of a lot of new educational content, so I'm gonna put this on the list right now. That's a great question. If you have guys any other suggestions, then please let me know. Please let me know. It's important. Then I will create it. When checking the news, does the time zone matter? I mean, not particularly. You just have to make sure that you know what time it is and what time it comes out. That's the important part here. Okay. In this case, 8:30 EST. All right, 8:30 New York time. Bro, what's a major key point? So why did I pick that one? Because we swiped that liquidity internally before when we came up. So we came down, we came up, we swiped it, and we immediately got pushed down. We had that like volatility that we saw here at the end of, I think it was Friday New York Open. This was the previous Friday New York Open. So if we close above it, it's the first major key point that I would look at. At the same time, this is not particularly a strong high. It doesn't create a lower low from this point on, and also it didn't create a previous higher high either. So I'm not really worried about this range either. So I'm looking at the key point, and I'm looking at the New York Open of Friday. And that's 90.73, and I think that's a major key point for gold to look at. Something that I'm looking for. How can I avoid over trading? Set a rule for yourself. 2 trades a day in a loss in a row. You stop for the day. You have a rule for yourself? That's what I would do personally as a beginner. If you are a more advanced trader, then you can do whatever you want. Because you know what kind of setups you need to look for. You know it's a probability game. You know that over 100 trades you will win. But if you're a beginner, my suggestion is to just close it down, because a lot more psychological aspects come into play here when you are actually over trading as a beginning trader. John, good morning, Lorenzo, coming to you from Miami. Amazing. So we have Miami in the building. We have Bali in the building. We have Australia in the building, I know that. What else do we have in the building here? How do you ensure sound trades in news conditions? Too big a candle. Is your strategy the same when trading news, or are you open things differently? It just depends, man. It just depends on every situation. All the news is different all the time. There is nothing particularly that I do always the same when it's news, just because you never really know what the outcome or expectation will be. So many more fundamental things comes into play. The technical analysis is important, but it's actually less relevant than it is during normal days. So I'm always trying to see if I can just do some research. What is the majority thinking? What is the likely scenario? But most importantly, what are the 2 different scenarios? And what are the trades that I could take on each one of them? So if one outcome says this and the other outcome is potentially this, then I look at 2 different trades that potentially will give me both solutions, both opportunities. At least one of them should then play out. But in general, nothing particularly that I would say I will do the same as when I normally trade. You have to treat it different. Australia in the building, amazing. Lorenzo, why did you keep major level? I just talked about it 2 minutes ago. So go back and welcome them, and hope you're doing well, brother. If uncertain, wait after the news. Have a trading plan. Never trade reactions. You can do that. Yeah, absolutely. You can wait for the news to be over. Pretty straightforward. You wait for the news to be over. You wait for the reaction. You wait for the pullback, or you wait for the flip after the news. This is also a major thing that I like to do as well. Is when I do not get my trade during the news, I wait for the flip after the news. Because what tends to happen is that if we shoot up, that at some point we are overbought or oversold, people start taking profits. Because people are taking profits, you see that flippening scenario. This is where you can benefit from. Range, what's your scenario on the NASDAQ? So to be honest, I have not done my proper research for the NASDAQ. I'm looking in crypto for Ripple, by the way. Ripple is looking to break out on a weekly level on multiple occasions. We have this trend right now. I don't know many of you guys trade crypto here, but we have this overall range here on top and on the bottom here. The overall market looks still quite good. If you look at the tether dominance, we know that we are facing resistance. So if we break and close a daily candle above it or a weekly candle above it, and the SEC comes out with that report, massive expansion to the upside that you have never seen before with Ripple. I'm just saying. Anyways, we're talking about the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. So I actually did like a macro prediction for myself. And maybe it sounds crazy, but for now, of course, we never really know with the news stuff. But I'm actually keeping a very close eye on this level. And I'm looking at a potential pivot at the 19th of June. The 18th of June, actually, the 19th of June. For the S&P 500. And I have a lot of reasons for that. I will make a really laid out breakdown in Discord soon. We'll upload it. It has to do with a lot of different things that I think are very important and very interesting coming together. I'm not sure what will happen today though. I haven't checked it, but this is the same scenario. If the dollar, let's say the CPI comes out here and it's 0.4% or lower, markets will go up, potentially. If it's higher, I think the markets will come down. It's pretty straightforward. The CPI itself is important as well, but the core CPI is important. Why? Because we have the Fed coming up tomorrow. You know, the FOMC meeting tomorrow with the interest rates and stuff. So that's the reason why the core CPI, excluding energy and food, is something that I'm interested in. Because I'm sure that will not be priced in if that's the case, if it's a different outcome. So, but I would not be surprised if you're just gonna see the 80% chance that, you know, we're just gonna see, or 75%, and let's see what it is now. Right now we are at a 78% chance that it will not be an increase in interest rates here. This will actually be bullish for the markets in the short term, for sure. XRP about to drop hard. Yeah, that's why you want to wait for at least a, in my opinion, a weekly candle closure. We look at a weekly time frame for that particular level. Bro, how can I get a girlfriend? Work on yourself. Create a skill. All right. Build your confidence through that skill. Doesn't matter what that skill is. Go to the gym. Don't chase too much. And it will come. It will come to you. You will attract, okay? And don't jerk off all the time. That's also a tip that I would recommend you. Much more happier, much more energetic, much more focused. Create much better content, much better live streams. You know what I mean? All of that stuff. It's actually no joke. It's actually no joke. It is extremely beneficial. But yeah, you have enough guys that talk about it on YouTube if you want to find out information. I'm here. I'm just a trader. I'm just a trader. Okay, I'm gonna set an alert here for the eurjpy. If you see reaction, we will get notified. Because I'm very curious how we react here if we close below the 107.868. We have now the New York Open. So the New York Open is right now at this particular moment. Okay. We have been coming down. The dollar is not looking particularly strong to me. If you look at this right here, this is not looking strong. Okay. 80% chance as well that it makes sense why that's the case right now. That's my suggestion. However, at the same time in the short term, let's see what we have on the lower time frames here on the 1 hour. We are seeing that we are now in this particular this smaller range. We are holding, or we have a little bounce from let's see, little candles right there, man. These tiny candles here always have the most impact Okay, we have taken out the previous low. But it's not looking good. If you look at the dollar here, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. From a medium time frame perspective, not looking good. Can we still make a push to the upside? Yeah, absolutely. You never know, but I give it a at least a 70% chance that we are going to come down in the long term, the medium term, medium term, not long term. Do you have any advice for the news? I'm in a position, putting my stop loss in profit, but always get slipped and when I get out with a loss. Take some profits. Take some profits before the news. Get your money and, you know, risk whatever you want to risk. Risk whatever you want to risk on the side. It's the best feeling in the world. Being in a position in profit before the news, you take some profits. You don't care what happens after that. You took your money. Quick stop loss and break even. If it goes against you, okay. If it doesn't, jackpot. Alright? You don't have to play the all or nothing game. Taking profits is never really a mistake. That was my biggest problem myself. I was too greedy too many times before. The moment I was in profit, you know, let's say you have been losing 2 or 3 trades in a row. I had a winning trade. Then I wanted that winning trade to be the jackpot trade. And then when it didn't happen, I lost it again. And it's so many times when I lost 2 trades in a row, which is completely normal. I had a winning trade, didn't take my profits, got excited. That was going to be the trade that's going to become a 10-hour setup. Whatever it is. And it comes back to your entry. Or it hits your stop loss, even worse. And you are done. That's the worst. Being in profit and then still losing your position. If you trade, yeah, set a wide stop loss in general if you trade the news here. Okay, 25 more minutes. Okay, explain the XRP dropping. I'm not really 100% sure if that's the case. I don't know. I have done my research yet completely. I just have done my analysis right here in our premium crypto section, where I've done my daily analysis here, which actually is looking quite good for now. For the market in general. But yeah, just saying. Ripple is starting to look very strong right now. If you break out and the SSC comes out, I'm just talking about the macro here, not the micro setups, the macro chart. It looks very good. It's like a once in a 2-3 year chart scenario on the weekly. Stop loss can protect you during news. It depends how wide you put it. It depends how wide you put it. I think the last live stream we had a CPI trade. We had a gold trade. That was big. That was really big. That was a good trade. Different scenario than today though. Different scenario than today. I don't know where it was. I'm looking for it now. Let's see. Yes, nothing happened during the New York Open right now. Okay, yes, the dollar is coming down. Actually, since 7 an hour beforehand, we are now taking out the liquidity here. What is interesting though, and this is important, the last 5 minutes before the actual news tends to flip. It tends to flip. Okay, it tends to build that last liquidity, the final liquidity, to then break out. So I'm pay just very close attention to the next, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes and see what it will do here. Just saying. Look at the dollar. Dollar is right now taken out, or wants to take out liquidity here. Yet the euro is coming down. That's interesting. That's interesting, right? Doing the opposite here. Okay, let's get back to gold. There we go. Riz, my man, thank you for the sub, my man. Hope you're doing well. Amit Torenberg. Sounds Dutch. Torenberg. There we go. Lorenzo, being studying Forex and SMC for most of my time, for 2.5 years, in phase 2 for a 40k account in FTMO. I like to trade listening to you and your music. Appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Chill vibe here. If a trade pops up, you take it. You always learn something. Build the best community. Almost 10,000 members. Life is good. Life is good here. We are also in the Limitless Lounge, by the way. We are also in the Limitless Lounge with our community we have right now. It's getting fuller and fuller. Busier and busier every single day. We use a lot of voice channels as well, where you can listen to it, tune into. Streaming Discord is actually really, really good. Really clean. So, yeah, something to take in consideration. Oh man, I'm so curious. So curious for gold here. Especially for gold. But also for the eurjpy. Because we have been breaking out of that zone previously here. And we are now coming down. We're now actually pivoting right here. Okay, the dollar is making that slight impulse to the upside. But it's nothing spectacular at all. It's really nothing spectacular here. The last 5 or 10 minutes before, we're going to look at what kind of liquidity they're building. So that's in 10 minutes from now. Lorena, good morning. Or good evening. Good evening to you. Hey bro, did you trade the CPI today? The CPI is coming in 20 minutes. We have some setups that we're looking for. Okay, gold, euro, and GJ. That's what I want to focus on today, nothing else. No other distractions. I think the potential is here. If you want to find something here today. So yeah. Something that I want to look at is gold, the eurjpy, and GJ here. There we go. Your plan is buy stop, sell stop for news? No. No buy stop, no sell stop. There are no key levels here to break at the moment. In the very, very lower time frame here. So I think that the expansion will be enough for us to make a decision from there. That's what I think could happen. Something interesting is all the retailers are shorting eurjpy. Okay. We can confirm this. Let's have a look here. Let's see what else people are doing. Just before the actual outcome of the CPI here. Okay, as you guys know, we look at gold, euro, and GJ. Euro is indeed building that liquidity to the upside right now. Okay, we're building this liquidity to the upside. Do take that in consideration. Where is the calendar? Let me see what we have. We have the sentiment. There we go. 70%. Is that the case? 70%. Let's see what we have here. 71% is shorting the USD right now. 71% is shorting the USD. Interesting. 77% is shorting GU. Interesting. Very interesting. When looking at the dollar and like everything doesn't make sense here. Anyways. What else do we have? We have gold. Gold euro. 48.52. Makes sense. Obviously. Where's the gold against the dollar? Ripple. 94% long. Who said that about shorting Ripple right here? 94% long. That is quite interesting in general. Looking at some crypto as well here. Let's see where gold USD is. I didn't see it. Okay, there it is. Okay, 58% is short and 42% is long. These are in total. We're talking about 20 or 36,000 positions. Okay, 36,000 positions with a total of 6,000 lots. 58% short, 42% long. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. We are indeed breaking now. News in 15 minutes. The next 10 minutes are the most important because now we're going to see where the liquidity is built. And for the EURUSD, it is to the upside. At the same time, what it says was indeed that the USD here was around, what was it, 70% short? 71% short. Interesting. Could we take out that liquidity, yes or no? It's an interesting thing to look at right now. Gold is already coming down before the CPI here. What is the website called? My Fixbook. And it's called The Sentiment. That's what it's called here. Gold moving, but the dollar doesn't. Yes, and the euro doesn't as well. So the euro USD is also not moving. Gold is moving. Euro USD is not moving. Dollar is not moving. Something is coming. Something is coming right now. Okay? Something is coming. Something is coming. Actually, this makes me more bullish on the euro USD. To be honest. When looking at this right here. The fact that gold is already coming down before the news right now. Just saying. "15 minutes. You guys are ready. Oh, sorry, Damon. It's talking to you, my friend. Lorenzo, can you explain the last 5 minute candle before major news? Does that flip means it goes the opposite way? to trap traders, bro. Thank you, brother. Much love. So, indeed, what I'm looking for is a 5-minute reaction, or at least the last 5 minutes, indeed. And what kind of direction is the market going 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the news? Because I usually see that they start building that liquidity just before the news. You know, if we come up, you know, now we come down, we should then be able to take out that liquidity here. I've seen it many times happen. Does it always happen? No. It happens a lot though. And I've seen this happening with many different in many different scenarios, many different news events over the last years in general. Last couple of minutes, we started to build the liquidity to then flip during the news. But never assume that things will always happen. That's the thing about trading. That's the thing about trading. It's never ever the case here. But the fact that gold right now is coming down already makes me more bullish on the eurjpy. I'm gonna be honest here. Also with the dollar, the fact that the dollar is not moving. It's not moving. While gold is dropping this much. It's an interesting reaction. We have 12 more minutes, 13 more minutes. Grix's gold prices inducement right now should get many traders trapped right after the news event. Been a victim of this often enough, so I know what I'm talking about. You mean in regards to right now? So you go short right now. You think it's gonna go lower and then it doesn't. And it flips when the news comes out. Is that what you mean? It's an interesting move for gold right now, I'm not gonna lie. You know, 5 minutes before the news, 10 minutes before the news here. Dollar not moving, euro not moving. Volatility index. Not moving. So, yeah. We are seeing some interesting stuff happening here. Absolutely. Magic tea ready. I have my coffee right here. I have some coffee right now at the moment. Lorenzo, where's the better time frame for consider break structure and change character? It depends. You know, higher to lower time frame, top-down analysis. You know, material. It all depends. There is nothing really. It's a subjective question or an answer that I have for you. It's nothing really standard. You know, which breaker structure is more relevant. It all depends on these structures in themselves. The calm before the storm. Yes, 10 more minutes to go. Gold already dropping. There's news predictions that the dollar will drop to 103, 102.8. So it's gonna be a fly for gold, I guess. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out very, very soon here. And what I'm looking at right now is the eurjpy. It's a very interesting point right now. We are coming down. We're building that liquidity just before the news. We have been taken out right now internally. Look at this. Internal, we have been breaking these equal highs there. We took it out, filled out that final gap, and we're reversing. I'm so curious, so curious. Gold has been taking out the lows now. 9 more minutes, 9 more minutes. For more FX, I'm from Brazil. I don't speak English. More, I'm always here in your lives to follow and learn what I can understand. That's amazing, man. Thank you, brother. 8 more minutes. Let me know in the chat, guys, right now. Dollar up or down right now. Of course, we don't know. I want to have your rough statement here. Dollar up or down, let me know in the chat. Let's see what the community thinks. So you guys can also see what other people think. Oh man, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. More up than down, that's for sure. Dollar up, more up than down. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's set a poll. We have 8 more minutes to go. I'm going to set up a new poll here right now. Let's set up a poll right now. Let's go. I'm very curious to your answer. Let's see how many votes we get. Because up means that potentially the outcome is actually worse than expected. That there is a chance of an increase in rate increase as well. Do take that in consideration. But hey, I'm not here. I want to have your opinion. Don't take my opinion for granted. This simulates a trading pit. However, in the trading pit, these traders are qualified. There's a big difference because the test is difficult. We had 270 applications, 40 people passed it so far. We have, oh, it's very close, 165 votes. 54% of you guys say up right now, and 46% of you guys say down right now. It is very, very close. Very close. Very mixed. Like I expected as well, roughly. Like a very mixed day. So the dollar is now coming down a little bit. Okay, we have been building that liquidity here. The dollar is now coming down 5 minutes before. 5 minutes before. We are coming down here. Very interesting. Very interesting. Gold is trying to push up a little bit. Not too much though. Not too much. I want to see now the 9066 breakout. It's a nice lower low. $52.48, $53.47, 230 votes. We have 5 more minutes. Give me literally 2 minutes. I'm gonna be on time here. I want to make sure that we are ready. All right, gold is moving up here. We took out the liquidity right now. We're reversing already. The dollar came down, is moving up here. Man, it's a tricky one. 53% of you guys say dollar up. 48% of you guys say dollar down. I would love to see the dollar coming down. Okay? Not particularly because I hate the dollar. Maybe a little bit. But more so because of the overall market in general and what we're seeing right now with gold and everything like that. I would love to see it going up. So we have 3 more minutes. Okay. Three more minutes to go. Get ready for mass liquidations all over the place here, okay? That's just the outcome, trust me. How can we liquidate the most amount of money? How can we take the most amount of money from the most amount of people with the most amount of money as soon as possible? That's the actual reason for these news events right here. Yeah, we are gonna find out. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. We are getting prepared right now. I'm very curious. We'll probably see right now because the gold is dropping. EURUSD. We're probably gonna look for the flip trade here. We're gonna look for the news, flip, and the other way around here, like we did at the last CPI trade. And we nailed gold right there at the moment. Dollar, 1 minute 30 seconds. Around about 15 seconds right now. Okay, we're coming down so far. Man. There is a bunch more liquidity below. Do take that in consideration here. If you do come up, we're going to swipe. We're going to go up really quickly. We're going to swipe out and continue up here. 1 minute to go. We're still not there yet. It's getting tricky already. Dollar is already coming. It's already pushing further. EURUSD is getting suppressed down again. And we have the news now right here in front of us. The 1 minute before. Let's see what the monitor says in general for tomorrow. It's still 78% here. Okay. 1 minute till the core CPI comes out. Month over month. If it's higher than 0.4%, it's 0.5%. We're going to see the market tank and the dollar shoot up. If it's if it's lower or medium and the CPI aligns with it year over year, we're gonna see the market coming up and the dollar coming down. 5 seconds. Let's go. Okay. React. Let's go. Dollar coming up so far. EURUSD coming down. Gold coming down. And it swiped it. It swiped the liquidity. And it's moving up here. We're going to that key point right now. There we go. It swiped the liquidity. I don't even know what the numbers are. I'm going to get there in a second here. But look at gold. It swiped it. Exactly. It came immediately up reversed. Right now, we're waiting for that key point right there to be broken. The 9072.88 here. Be patient here. Euro is at the point of control again of that range that we haven't seen, that we haven't reached beforehand. Let's see what the outcome is right now. It is 0.4%. It's not 0.5%. The CPI inflation data came out lower. This should be very bullish for the market. This should be very bullish for the market in general here. EURUSD is probably going to break the highs. This is actually quite significantly good. That means that there is, in my opinion, a 90% chance we're not going to increase the interest rates tomorrow as well here. Let's see. It's 80. It will probably be updated very soon here. Gold indeed swiped that liquidity right now. And now we're going to find out if we can continue our journey here of the move to the upside for gold, potentially for the euro, US dollar as well here. What did I tell you guys what happened here? We saw it started to build liquidity. It started to build that liquidity right there minutes before, and it does it over and over and over again. And the moment you broke it, eventually, it swiped the lows here. That's why you couldn't really place a position here right away. You probably will not get even triggered if it went so quickly. It broke, it took out the liquidity right now. That was what pretty much Euro-US dollar was building while gold was indeed coming down, and it swiped the rest as well here. This is good for gold. This is not good for the dollar. This is not good for the dollar. We know that this low was there. It was not looking not that strong in general here. Okay, so the outcome has been like actually expected here, even though that 54% of you guys said actually the dollar going up, which is kind of interesting as well here. Okay, interesting scenario. Absolutely amazing. 80% chance indeed that we're not going to increase it. Now it's going to be a 95% chance, in my opinion, that we're not going to increase tomorrow during the FOMC meeting, which should even be more beneficial for the market as well over time here. So again, I'm waiting for the major key point. As you see, we're not breaking anything yet. We're not breaking the 1972.8. I'm waiting for that high to be broken here. And the euro is coming down. Interesting though, we took out the liquidity here, but we are again at the famous, you guys know what it is. The famous point of control here. Yeah, man, look at GJ as well. No way we would have taken a trade with that reaction. What a move here, okay? 0.4% for the core CPI, not 0.5. 0.5 would have been very bad for the market. 0.4% is what they expected it to be. The CPI came out at 4%. So it was actually less than the forecast and better than the previous month, of course. 0.9%. Almost it's a certainty. 90% chance they're not going to increase the interest rates here. I will be extremely surprised. You never know. A chance is always a chance, obviously, but that is a very good, strong indication here for what we're seeing here right now. All right, so the 50-minute candle closure will happen in 10 minutes. You want to definitely wait for it. You want to see how we develop. Let's create some healthy structure, and let's continue our journey from there. It swiped the lows beautifully. And the USD, same thing, we were building up that liquidity to the upside. Goodbye, dollar. My crappy broker played the freeze-up game, happens all the time here around news. Around news, you can really not blame them. If it's just around the news, if you placed it like, let's say 2 minutes before, 3 minutes before, it is it's not good if that happens. It's absolutely not good. If that's the case, I agree. Beautiful swipe though. Fantastic swipe of that liquidity here. Look at this, yeah, it seems like we're looking for the continuation here. Crypto should be bullish as well here. Crypto should be bullish right now as well. Let me see real quick what's happening there. Massive breakout, coming down, retesting. Okay, not bad, not too bad. Not too bad, nothing spectacular. Tomorrow will be more important for crypto. That swipe, man. That swipe. Quick, coming down, swiping the lows. And now coming to the major key point. That's the level where I'm looking at. That's what I want to break as soon as possible. Crazy, massive pullback on the Nasdaq. Okay, let's see real quick. Let's see what happened there. Okay, yeah. Not too bad though. We indeed saw a reaction. I agree. It's not too bad, not too bad. The S&P, I want it to pivot next week, but that's another layer. Lorenzo, manual trading on a wick that goes that fast is almost impossible. Unless you place your limit orders beforehand, you know, you wick yourself in right here and you come up. But it's really high risk. It's really high risk in order to do so. The reason why I also didn't enter the euro here was just because out of my personal experience. Let's say I would have entered and placed a stop order right there. And I'm talking about experience, you know. Let's say I have a stop order right here. Where I'm gonna get filled? I'm not gonna get filled there. I'm gonna get filled right there. So that's in the middle of a range. You know, it's not the best case scenario, regardless if you're in or not. Because you easily no. So wait for the anticipation here. It's good that you have the data. Let's see what the structures are that we're going to creating internally, and we will have our outcome. Marmaranto, greetings from France. Amazing. Feeling like a goldfish in a shark tank. Yeah, we are the plankton. We are the plankton in this whole ecosystem. You have some small fish eating us, and then you have these bigger fish eating the small fish. You know why? Because the small fish need to eat. If the bigger fish eat smaller fish, the smaller fish need to eat something as well. So in that case, you would say that they need to make money so they can take that money from them. That's why they always trap individuals in different ways. That's why the market is so complex, because there are so many different type of traders active in the market, different algorithms, different ways of trading, that it's just an important factor to take consideration if you're a fish. However, we just need to know what the weakest are doing, trying to get an edge over them. I don't believe those numbers. I live now in Miami and I've not seen the prices at the supermarket. No, tell me about it, bro. My mother, of course, I lived in the Netherlands for a long time. I'm from the Netherlands originally as well. My mother talks about prices in the supermarket. She's literally talking about prices of like 20, 25, 30%. That's no joke. That 5-6% is an absolute, or 8-9% in the euro is absolute. It's an absolute joke. It's definitely not the reality. Yes, and it's measured over 1 year right now. They changed the format. They changed the format of the measurement of the CPI as well. It was 2 years, now it's 1 year. Easier to manipulate the previous year, especially in a couple months from now. Because that means in a couple months, everything is fake. That's pretty much the scenario. So they changed something. Don't want to point too many fingers because we do not know the facts. We know the theory, but yeah. If you literally go to the store, you can calculate it yourself. Like it's definitely not 7 or 8 or 6 or 5 or 4%. I can assure you that. It's definitely not the case. Okay, dollar flipping. Let's see if you can break the high here. And let's look at the euro. Euro is then coming down and get around the point of control. Okay, we're not there yet. We need to wait for confirmation. We're gonna do this for a while. We're gonna be in this range for a while right now. So patient. Change the weighting of what's included. Correct. That's exactly what it is. Billionaires buying farmland. What could go wrong? The Netherlands is is the second biggest exporter of food in the world. They're taking all the land, or not at least taking all the land. They're kind of indirectly taking all the land because they're making it extremely difficult for farmers to operate. And to operate in that perspective here, where they can do what they want to do, and that is to create the food, to grow the crops, to do whatever is needed. So if they take out the Dutch farmers, it's a big problem. But there is a lot of resistance right now as well. It is not over. It's not over yet. Okay, so the dollar is still coming down. We try to see if we can, pull back a little bit, but we did until I think the 50% or something like that. The 618, roughly. We are now coming back down again. Gold should be coming up. We are still creating a higher low. If that's the case, if we create a higher high, fantastic. That key point is what I'm looking at, 9072.88. Still the same level. The lows are taken. So what else is there to take? In my opinion, maybe that wick fill will be nice. Something like this. We go long a little bit earlier. If that's the case, let's say we fill up that wick and we come down and then we flip there, I would take a long earlier. If you come up right now, I'll wait for that major key point of 1972 for gold here. What about GU? Okay, so the dollar, okay, GJ. Well, GJ is an absolute mess right now. The euro is coming down, getting rejected at the point of control. GJ is taking out that initial range. Oh yeah, we took a trade for GJ here. We took a trade. How did we take the trade? Well, we had this range that created a lower low. We took out a lot of liquidity below. We got rejected from the value area low of that range. Internally, then we created a lower low. So we start building liquidity below as well. We took out the highs already. Liquidity here was already taken. We then came up. This is like a breakout, false breakout. A lot of people go long here. They see this breaking out. Then it suddenly flips, okay? Around the value area low. The moment it breaks this low, entry stop loss above the value area low. Target the imbalance that was built up below hand. Right there. For now though, we are coming up, we broke this high. And now we're coming towards this level, the 126.157. It's the naked point of control of that range. Value area low is already a strong reaction. I'm actually very curious to see how we react here. If we internally create something and the dollar does something weird and it flips from a technical standpoint, I mean, we might be able to take it here, but that's there. Until that moment, I really want to see then the 126.4, or at least, that high getting broken. Because that's the high of that overall range. If you look here, that needs to be broken. Because you're going to face a lot of resistance around this level. Euro is stronger, it's a different story. EURUSD doesn't have that previous range right here that matters, and that's actually pushing. That's facing that resistance as much. Okay, we're already breaking it here. For GU, it's a different story, it's a significant higher high. So that's why I would wait for that reaction right there. Back to gold. Can you show the spread on your broker, please? I cannot see it right now. I'm logged into my trading view account. What car am I driving? I get this question a lot lately. What car am I driving? I don't have a car at the moment. If I would live in Dubai, I would buy a Ferrari straight away. I had a Range Rover in Bali for a couple months, but I don't like cars here. It's terrible. The traffic is a mess. You don't want to have a car here. Okay, let's see, Dollar, what you got here. Like I said, we're gonna range a little bit for now. We're gonna do this a little bit here until the hourly closure. After the hourly closure, we're gonna see a new impulse because then we have this official closure right here, and then we can find out what's gonna happen. Of course, I want to see the dollar continue its momentum to the downside, and I want to see gold going up, or I want to see gold coming down, filling up that wick, creating enough liquidity, breaking the internal highs. Then I want to go long here, stop loss underneath, and I want to target the highs already. So I want to long earlier. If we do come down already right now to fill up that wick of the previous candle, that could happen, and I would love to see that happen during the next hourly candle close. So now we have the hourly candle close in 12 minutes. We then come up with the next candle. We start to fill up some of that liquidity below, that that wick fill. Doesn't have to be all the way, but at least 50% of it. To then continue up and create internal higher highs to then go long. Resman, how many accounts do you have? Three accounts trading. Carco says he lives in Antarctica. I wish I knew what was going on there. Something is happening. I don't know what is happening, but something is happening in Antarctica. That's for sure. How close to the 1 minute mark? Very close, my friend. Very, very close. You don't see potential sells for GU. If we come up and we get rejected there, I would maybe see potential sell setups. But it only depends on the dollar, of course, and on the other pairs as well. If the dollar decides to continue its journey down, of course, I'm not going to short GU. If we see internal flip, maybe I will. So it depends. It depends right here. Do you use CUT data to do analysis here? I have done it a lot, but not just the CUT data. The CUT data by itself is not enough here. And in general, the problem, so listen up, the problem with fundamentals right now is that nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing makes sense anymore. Until last year, it was okay to use the combination of CUT data, interest rates, inflation data, unemployment rate, GDP, and then geopolitical events taken consideration and so on and so on. If you combine everything, right, in combination with the CUT data and then the retail sentiment, you will have a fantastic fundamental prediction for any currency that you trade. However, everything is a mess, a complete disaster. So right now it's purely, going from news event to news event to news event to news event. Nobody really knows what's happening anymore. Nothing makes sense. Everything is overextended. Yet, so many contradictions that I just prefer to stick with the technicals for now, as much as possible, because it's harder to manipulate on the higher time frame. And that's why price action is indeed key here. So that's the problem with fundamentals. I love fundamentals, but you know, it has been changing over the last 2 years, let's say. You know, ever since we started to increase these interest rates, we saw that change here tremendously. It did work flawlessly when we started to increase these interest rates, because the dollar was doing it almost first. And that's why we saw, for example, the dollar yen massively coming up because of that, because the yen wasn't, right? It had like a negative interest rate still. That gap became too big, became much more appealing to borrow money or to lend out money in another country for big investors and whatever. So because of that, there is just much more, there was much more to do here. The interest rate correlations were much better. But for now, because everything is now at 4, 5, 6%, whatever, it's kind of like, okay, what's next? And because we had the debt ceiling right now, they had the increase, which is actually confirmed to be increased until unlimited amounts. How much was it? $4 trillion? No, not unlimited. $4 trillion for everything, specifically military, by the way. That's an extremely important factor. But for the rest, it's all, you know, from news event to news event, from news event to new event. For the rest, there are constantly new geopolitical situations happening in the world here. Tensions between China, Russia, the United States, Europe, you name it. So, price action, technicals, higher time frame. You can still use the CT data and trying to look at it. Of course, you want to know what investors are doing, what big institutions are doing. But out of my experience, it became less relevant in over the last couple of months, especially. Okay, it's beautiful how we came down, but now we're kind of making that small recovery. We have the 1 hour candle closure. Then we want to see that wick getting created with higher or lower wick on the dollar on the 1 hour candle. And from there, we're going to look at a potential flipping scenario on either gold, eurjpy or GU, whatever it is, whatever the dollar is doing. Okay, GU is one of them. Let's look at the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Yeah, it's a stronger high. It's a stronger high. We have not been taken out this high. I think it's a 50-minute. I think it's a 50-minute candle structure. It is a 50-minute candle structure right here. Oh, we're not even there yet. I think GU is looking more interesting than AU, if you ask me here. We had the trade earlier today. I think GU is looking interesting at like this range potentially here. My favorite is still gold. I want to long gold, especially above this level. But yeah. Was DJ trade mentioned in Discord? Am I missing something here? I don't know. I don't know what you specifically mean. We were looking at DJ, but not particularly a direct setup. We look at some lows and highs indeed. Bitcoin making moves. Okay, while we wait for gold here. Let me quickly do little crypto analysis here. Okay, we came down. Gold to 1 coming down. Bitcoin dominance coming up a little bit, not too much. Better dominance shooting up. Okay, it was building that liquidity buff here. That has been taken out right now. I think we could flip here. I think we will. I'm not worried. I'm not worried so far about the Bitcoin coming down here. No. I think that there is a big chance that we could see a flip here. Again to the upside. Now, I'm gonna set an alert here just to be sure, but I think that there is nothing to worry about for Bitcoin here. I think it was just a small liquidity swipe here. Nothing to worry about. Or for Bitcoin, no, nothing to worry about for Bitcoin here. Sandeep Verdi, lots of information not correlating COT or sentiment. I agree. USD short, the problem is with the USD short right now is if the dollar gets rejected here, right? Let's say you come up, okay? And the dollar gets rejected at this range. And you continue down. The euro will come up again. So you want to at least break out or you want to just fill and break the lows. So one of those here. So either break the highs or break the lows. That will give us a more clear indication. In combination with a 1 hour candle closure, a new bottom or top wick getting created on that 1 hour candle, and then a conclusion for gold or the USD or GU, which is also very interesting. Are you using smart money concept indicated by Lux Algo? No. I bought some BTC to make a payment, so now I got a little bit on BTC, how it goes up, low cost of fees, not worth taking it out. I don't think you have to worry. I don't think you have to worry right here. Okay, just the question is, where is the volume? We start building more and more liquidity. I want to see it coming down a little bit more. Create that bottom wick, reverse breakout. Pardon, and looking for the continuation here. This is what I would love to see for gold. So the more it comes down right now, the better it is in my opinion. Because rejection here would be absolutely fantastic. You fill up that gap and you get rejected, come down. So we fill up that wick, dollar fills up that gap, and we continue our momentum to the downside. So internally, I'm waiting for that reaction for gold and see if we can trade it from there. Let's see what we can do for the giveaway today. Are we gonna do a giveaway today? Let's see what we can do today. Let's see what we can do today. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something interesting here. What will gold do? So we're waiting for the dollar to make a decision here to either continue its momentum to the downside or like we're starting to do it now already. I'm starting to like it. Hourly candle closure has been done. So I want to see Like the problem is, I want to see at least, I would love to see a top wick here getting created on a 1 hour candle. I would love to see that like top wick, boom, and then coming down here. So first moving up and then getting pushed down from there. Now to trap some individuals, now it's the other way around here. So I'm still a little bit cautious with gold and with longing gold from here. Until we have seen that. Well, that's my intention, to look for long for gold. That's what I would love to do the most. That would be the most probable setup in combination with the news that we have seen today. But it all depends on the dollar right now. You see that the dollar indeed created that 1 hour, you know, that 1 hour zone that we came down straight away. We never created that top wick, and now we're already getting pushed up a little bit here. So be a little bit cautious. Do not impulsively trade something right now until the dollar is showing you that confirmation as well. So wait for that candle structure, guys. It's super important. Why? Well, you just want to see that reaction. You just want to see that bottom, the top wick for the dollar before making a long. Sorry, guys. Before making it long for gold here. The top wick is extremely important. Can already see that it's not super convincing yet. We broke this high, fantastic, but no, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I would love to see this as well. That's my second option if we go the other way. So it's either long on gold. If that doesn't happen, and we miraculously flip, then I want to see that rejection there and short it from there, like we did previously today with GU already, when we were looking at the short right there. Japan doing 225 bits. Okay, keep close eye on the dollar for now. This is an important moment. Let's see if you can break or if you can actually start bouncing from here. Like I said, there was no top wick created for the dollar. If there was a top wick created, we would come up first and we would then immediately reverse. It's a much stronger confirmation to go long on gold. For now, we are in the middle of a range. That lower liquidity here in that wick has not been filled up for 50% yet either. We have not broken that major key point here or this high initially. So we have to wait to see if we break out of this range as well as align with the dollar for a reaction right there. Let's see what's happening in our Discord, by the way, real quick. Also, guys, keep posting your setups right now in Discord. I want to see your setups as well. I think that is just as important as what I showed you guys. That is your particular setups right here. We have a lot of people hanging out right now in the Limitless Lounge. Chilling, looking at some charts here as well. At the same time, let's see what we have. There we go. We have our guy here. He's always chilling, always doing his work. That's what he has. Endless guys, endless opinions, endless things that you can look at and learn from on a regular basis, depending on what you trade. You can join it for free, by the way, right there. It's always full after the live stream. It's always full after the live stream. As well as we have released our V3 with our private trading sessions. Our V3, our limitless trading pit. We're gonna release. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what it is actually in a second here. For now, I want to see gold coming down a little bit. I want to see this wick getting filled up here on gold to then look for the continuation to the upside. That's when I want to look for trades for gold right here. When that actually happens, okay? When the dollar is showing us the top wick, this was a good indication. Look at what's happening right now. Imagine when it was coming down all the way here and you saw dropping. You were like, oh no, dollar's coming down more and more. I need to go long now on gold. You would have been trapped. To avoid that, you wait for the top wick to be created first. If there is no top wick, you wait patiently to see what happens. In this case, you see there was no top wick. So what it does, it comes down, it induces a lot of people, and it creates a bottom wick. More likely to come down now. So the people that are here, could be trapped. The people that entered on the top right there, it's a tricky scenario. So wait for that reaction. You have the wick below. Everything is extremely important to take consideration. So again, we made an announcement here. We have our V3 released. We had a crazy amount of people joining our premium, Discord, our trading pit, everything that's related to that here. We had an event in Discord, and look at that reaction. It was absolutely nuts. I've never seen anything like it. There's more chat going on than in the than actually in on YouTube. That's how crazy it is in general. Okay, the Discord is absolutely nuts, by the way. It is a crazy way of looking at the activity. We crashed the servers. I'm not joking. We completely crashed the server right here. Was absolutely nuts. It was absolutely nuts. We are showing something here that we've created, and that is the trading pit. It's a voting system for qualified traders to make decisions together when trading. That means that I'm not longer only doing the private live streams as well. We're having qualified traders that are making decisions with us. We have the database, we have the trades, we have the track records, we're building it up, and we have a test. You need to accomplish that test in order to be part of that. Once we have it, we have a system where we make money and we share partially these profits with the traders that are the highest ranking. That means it had the most predictions, the best predictions overall, over the course of a lot of different trades. It will give you the opportunity to be more beneficial, to trust more of these qualified traders. Not just everyone can join. Why? We had 271 people taking the test. It's a quiz of 50 questions. Market structure, liquidity, you name it. Okay? All of these things come into play here. And what happened? After the test, right there, you saw that around 40 people passed it of 271 actual people that took it. Doesn't mean that you cannot join the streams. You can just not vote. Okay, so you can still trade and benefit from our profitable trades in Discord like that. Okay, we have now 100 spots available for the next week, and that's it. And then we're done. Then we are closed, and we're gonna do something else. So if you want to join it, join our Discord. You find more information in the Get V3 Access section right there. Right now, look at the dollar and look at that strong reaction overall. Super important. Lorenzo, how do you know if you passed it? Your V3 icon will turn green, okay? So it will turn green. So for example, when you come in, you get a V3 icon next to your name, yellow. You cannot really see it, I think, on the stream here. But once you pass it, it turns green. You get a different role, it turns green. You will see different channels and so on in the future. And you will make money with the community. from your votes in general here. Trust me, it's gonna be revolutionary, and it's it's amazing. And then we have like an elite section. These votes are counting, are counted 3 times as much as normal votes. And we have an average, and then we have a way of monetizing that system where we can just also, or not monetizing, but where we can actually create scenarios and all kinds of setups. And then based on the community, we make trading decisions. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work. What are the possibilities that gold goes to 1980? I think there is a big chance, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the right moment to enter. Right now. Lorenzo, what is the win rate of supply and demand with market structure strategy? In my opinion, you have to take more things in consideration than just supply and demand and market structure. But it totally depends. There is more, like, strategy is not everything. So it's hard to say what the win rate is. You can have an amazing strategy if your psychology doesn't come and it aligns with your strategy, your trade management doesn't align, or your risk management doesn't align. The strategy is irrelevant. So, there are people with your strategy, right? Supply and demand, market structure. Okay, basic, but there are people that have an amazing win rate. And then there are people that use the exact same strategy, methodology, and they fail completely. So there are multiple scenarios, multiple reasons why they fail, and that's something you have to take into consideration. It's really hard to tell you and give you an answer. This strategy has this particular win rate. Okay, we're gonna pivot. In the short term here, dollar is starting to look better. I will still want to see that retracement. Is the trading plate closed right now? Yeah, we're gonna open once we have 100 applications. Sorry, 100 traders. 100 traders that can vote. We have now 40 people. Shipley says new mic sounds nice. That's amazing. Why the CPI had such a big impact on the DAX? There are many different reasons for it. The euro is highly correlated to the dollar. If the dollar makes a move, then the smaller indices or the index, get hit harder than the S&P 500, for example. Okay, strong reaction. I took the test but failed. Can I take it again? Yes, we're going to reduce the amount of time. So it was actually 7 days. We're going to make it 4 or 5 days. We'll have a call with the team after this stream and we're going to come to a conclusion from there. My analysis says long from 1960. I want to look for a little bit lower. If that's the case, that would be amazing. But let's see. Let's see what the dollar will do and what the dollar will create here. I would love to see this wick semi getting filled and then flipping. So then showing us an internal structure, breaking that structure, stop loss underneath, and then continuing for a major key point right there. Please do euro dollar now, okay? So GU is coming down. Euro will probably do the same thing in a little bit. Okay, point of control. We got rejected around the point of control here. Liquidity has been taken out. Liquidity on the top has been taken out. Okay, yeah. So it depends on how we react right now to 103.278 for the dollar. If we decide to break down from the lower time frame, let's say we tap into that low, we get rejected internally, we break, we come down, we fill up that gap, or we come into that direction, then the euro nicely long is a perfect. This is actually a really nice range to look for long setup in the short term. If that doesn't happen and we just break and smash through it, then, or even a little bit and close the body above it, depending on what time we break it, of course we have our spreadsheet here, then we can define potentially a nice, yeah, we can be a little bit more patient. I want to see gold coming down towards the 1956. The 1955 actually, the 1955-56. And yeah, and then potentially look for a reversal flip right there. What price do you think the eurozd can flip to the upside? Well, it depends right now, because we're now already at that level though. That is an interesting zone, but I would look at the, you know, let's say the 107.950. So one final squeeze and then looking for that reaction, maybe even at the 107, maybe even the 107.868. The previous high of this range, okay? So the previous high here. One more retest of that zone. Then look for the continuation. Again, it depends on what the dollar will do at 103.278, and it also depends for gold. Like that's why gold, I want to see gold exactly at this particular moment coming, filling up that wick partially. Dollar rejected at that level. Coming down, you know, after building that liquidity. And then gold, you know, coming up, internally creating a higher high, and then go long, stop loss underneath, and then target the highs. That's what I want to do. So it needs to become, it needs to come a little bit lower. Your V3 vision looks unique and promising, bro. It's absolutely incredible. You will love it. The more data we have, the better it is. We're humanizing AI here. We're using all our brains together. We have a community of, well, let's say 10,000 members in Discord right now. We have over 1,000 of them in the V3. 1,100 of them. If we can at least partially get 20-30% of them, like let's say 300-400 people from them, only coming together to make cumulative trading decisions. Of course, not everyone. Only the people that are, you know, that are qualified to do so. So we have an elite level. That elite level will actually give us that extra market. What do you need to do to get into the elite level? You need to prove that you are a profitable trader. You need to come with some proof. You have been profitable over the last 3 months on average. And this can give you an elite rank in combination, of course, with you completing the test. You get voting rights when trading with us, and we listen to the voting rights of the traders that are qualified, and then we make decisions based on these voting rights. So if you are not in the voting or something, you can still join. You can still watch the stream and take trades alongside with us. That's no problem. Okay, we're coming down to the dwig. That's what I want to see here. We are now at a zone. What are we going to do here? Are we going to get rejected around this level? Are we going to smash through it? What is happening? We're coming back in that range. We will find out right now. Euro is still coming down. 107,868, like we said right here. Previous high. We're coming down. There we go. We're coming closer and closer. This is what you want to see. The beautiful thing is about 30-minute candle. The 30-minute candle also has that manipulation. So this is the 30-minute. That's why you wait always before, the 30-minute closure. You wait for that closure. And then you want to see like a top or bottom wick as well. So I like it. I like it. I want to see the Euro USD coming down a little bit more. Also fill up 50% of that wick. Coming to that level. 107,868. What is the spreadsheet for? This is for the last video I uploaded. Okay. It's the last video that I uploaded right here. Talking about a, it shows you literally when and what time, let's say you break, what kind of body closure you need to wait for. This is tested out of hundreds of trades. You can test it out, you can look it up, you can test it for yourself. Don't just assume. Use this data. And let's say you break it right now. 924. You go to, okay, the moment you break this level or an important high, let's say this high, I'm just saying something, right? You break it. Okay, 24, we break it. Okay, we go to 24. What does it say? Oh, 5-minute candle closure. Wait for a 5-minute candle closure. So it shows you exactly what to wait for before taking action. Only if you don't use, stop orders, if you use limit order market orders when you actually want to wait for closure, so you not get swept, out, or you don't get trapped into your position and so on. And I have this all the way around, from literally the 0.0 all the way to the 1 hour. So every single minute within that hour. Of course, the 0 is just an example, and this is what you can look for. So watch my last video that I uploaded yesterday. Also place a nice comment, like it, watch it in full, and I'll explain exactly how it works, how you can leverage it. It's extremely powerful. A simple system allows you to wait for the closures at the right moment, at the right time. Because it's not only about, the closure, it's also about what time frame, what closure, at what time it breaks. Where do you need to wait for? What particular time frame, particularly? It's very vague. I want to clarify that out of my personal experience. Yes, let's go. EURUSD to 107,868 major. I would love to see the EURUSD coming down towards that low. Absolutely. Dollar is now getting rejected though at that level. It needs to break this low. Gold has been coming down a little bit, but we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. $9.30. I'm buying full margin EURUSD at 107,868. Well, I'm actually interested in longer from there as well, if we get there. But the dollar is now indeed getting rejected at the 103.278 on the spot. So yeah, gold starting to move. We came up a little bit to fill up that. We came down to take out the previous low for the early, let's say, longers in the market. They're now stopped out. So the New York Stock Exchange opens in 4 or 5 minutes. So you have to wait for this right now. Okay. It is an important moment to wait for that. 26 means also wait for the 30-minute candle closure. Okay. This is just an example. It's 26 right here. And that means that you want to wait for the 30-minute candle closure. Avoid any any particular fake outs. And after the 30-minute candle closure, what needs to happen then? You want to wait for the 5-minute as well. Because the first 5 minutes after a 30-minute closure is the most manipulative. It could be even a 15-minute as well. So yeah, wait for New York Stock Exchange to open. Gold, this is what you want to see. If you're going to go up, fantastic. If the dollar keeps dropping here, fantastic. As we came to that key point to fill out the imbalance, now coming down, getting rejected there. So yeah, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere at the moment. What's your take profit on the dollar index? Not particularly on the dollar index. It's just a correlation. How to get that closure chart? I created it. Previous video on YouTube on my channel. And you want to watch it as well. Just explain. It explains a little bit of what I do and how I use it in all measures. There are a couple of tools you need to know. A couple of indicators beside what I explained, what you need to know in order to take full advantage of this spreadsheet right here. But I haven't seen it. Nobody shared this with you guys. So I was like, why does nobody share this stuff? So important. To reduce these fake outs. To reduce the amount of times you get swiped. And so on and so on. If you are using a strategy that is not a stop order strategy, of course. If your strategy works and you stop orders, fantastic. New York Stock Exchange opening. 30 seconds. Why is the test pass stuck on 40? I think because not many people took the test. So therefore, we're going to reduce the time in which they can try it again. And we need to see. It's probably not updated as well. So I need to see if it's updated. Okay, New York is open. Beautiful rejection. Fantastic level. Started to like it more and more right now. We have created a lower low internally. Let's go. Make a move, sir. Took a buy on gold. Okay, amazing. So you guys took a trade right when we came into that zone. Nas daily and weekly overbought. I do believe that this is a possibility. I'm looking to short the S&P 500 next week. Sunday, the Sunday open. A pivot point, a crucial point here. Beautiful rejection. Literally there at the level that previous low came up, filled a gap, rejection, create a lower low. Looking good for gold. It was a risky buy, but 90.58 support sold really well. Okay. Beautiful, bro. Amazing. Just sign up for the V3. How many live sessions are there? When are they? We're gonna start soon again. We did 120 private live streams already. We're gonna reopen. We closed for a while. We're gonna reopen with a new format, which will be even better. Even better than it was here. So if you want to join, you'll find more information in this video. We talked exactly what it is, how it works, how valuable it's gonna be when you watch it. Takes what, 30 minutes of your time? Just watch it and you understand in full what we're building here. It's a virtual Wall Street trading pit. The first of its kind. So welcome. Okay, 965. A closure looking potentially for buys until the 972.88 to that major key point right there. I love how the dollar got rejected there perfectly at that spot. And I love how the, yeah, same thing. We still could be in a range though. We still could be in range. So I'm very curious if he actually will break it. Because you see the same thing happening with the dollar here. Where is the top wick? Where is the top wick? Okay, it's the 1 hour is what matters more. To be honest, it's more important. But where is the top wick on the 30 minute? So I will be surprised if you break, but if you do, okay. $170 likes into the giveaway. Yes, we're almost we're coming close here already. We're gonna give away access as well. If you already have access, you're gonna get some money. We'll figure something out. The top wick is so important. Like these wicks, really we pay close attention to wicks in general. 30 minute, 1 hour. 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily. You know. It can help you a little bit more. I'm looking for buys above 1965.82. So potential buys above. Like I said, I doubted that we will break it now. And take it to the 972. But that's because, like I said, that the top wick on the 30-minute chart here. 50 pips secured on gold. Amazing. So you bought it exactly when we saw that pivot here on the 1 minute. That's great. High risky, but good that it worked out for you. Great to hear, man. Buy gold, yes, when we break above the 965. Then based around that closure, wait for the time, look at the spreadsheet. When do we enter? What kind of candle close do we need to wait for? And then we enter here. Dollar indeed had to create a top wick. We didn't create a top wick on the 30 minute. You see again what happens. It happens over and over and over again. So you want to see that closure, you want to see that break. How we establish and break the 965 depends on the internal structure. The previous low of that internal structure. Yeah, so we're holding now here. Internally, you see that the dollar found some demand right here in the zone. 5 minute. You could also see that 5 minute didn't have that top wick either. To make it easier. I would love to see the euro coming down, by the way. I would love to see the euro coming down towards this low. 107.868 and long from there. And again, it's the point of control, the same old story. Same old point of control right here. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Giveaway very, very soon. So again, same old here. If you do decide to push up, okay, we will have either a retest of this higher for the dollar. We would either come back up towards this initial range right there, and see from there, see how we react in general, coming back into that range, and see how we tap in. Okay, I think that's important. We still have that high that we need to break as well, the 103.367. That's an important level. So filling up that wick more and making internal reversals is fine here. Then we do not have to long from there, especially now if we create a higher high. Then it's simply just waiting for an internal flip. That means that if you then come down and we create something like this, You know, we come down, we fill up that wick, we create internal structures, we create then a higher high. We can long from there. So we don't have to long there. And then we target the liquidity that's built above you. So it depends on the dollar and where we actually end up. But again, the candle closes are absolutely key from both a wick perspective, but also a wick fill in general. You see, it's super important to partially fill this wick to then make that move here. Liam Ford, bro, let me put onto your Discord and streams. I just want to say big up to you. There is a lot of fake irrelevant information out there, you know, doing it for free. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. And you can join also our other guys in the community that are chilling here in the voice channels and talking and like sharing wisdom, chart setups all day long. Okay. And after the live stream, it gets very busy very quickly. So we have enough space. It is beautiful. Over, like I said here, the dollar is still still ranging in between that initial zone here. I'm wondering when the flip will happen here. The euro is still getting pushed down. I want to see how we react at the 107.868. I have we're gonna set an alert here right now. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but it's super important. Oh, I have set an alert here. Okay, makes sense. So if we tap into that zone, I'm very curious to see how we react from there as well here. And once we have the 10,000 members in our Discord, we are now at, I think, 9,700. Let's see where we are, 9,795. We're coming closer and closer and closer. We have to do something very special once we reach the 10,000. So we will think about it. We will think about it. We have to do something very special. You know what? Let's make it 500 likes, the giveaway. We're now at 461 likes. At 500 likes, we're going to do a giveaway here. Okay. And let me set it up for you right now. Let me see what I have. Okay, there we go. Filling up that wick. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. Wick fill is super important. Dollar is back at that level. We still had that high at 103.367 as well. The euro coming back down. Look at what we're building here. So it will get interesting very, very soon. If you start breaking highs, looking at the execution there, euro is still holding around here. It still doesn't want to break that level. While I'm actually looking at this level below, we are coming closer and closer here. Limitless V3 is the keyword. If you type it on YouTube right now, you can qualify yourself. Okay, let me reset the eligible users right now. That means that you will, you can potentially win access to our V3. If you're already in it, don't worry, you get your money back, or you get money. Just get money. The V3 is our yeah, I cannot tell too much about it. You have to watch the video here. It is absolutely nuts. Absolutely crazy. The trading pit virtual Wall Street that we're building here. Qualify you. You have to do the test if you want to vote as well. If you don't want to vote, it's all fine. It's also, the test is also an amazing tool to just see how good you are. And what you know. Like what you actually know. And what you think was kind of hard for you. Because people that are very good traders took the test and they're like, damn, this is actually much harder. Much harder than I anticipated. Then I asked the question, okay, what do you think was hard? Yeah, the correlations was pretty hard, or the whatever. Different types of questions here. We try to really make an amazing test. We need the results. We cannot give you the exact results. Why? Because you can just manipulate it. What we can do though is how much of the percentage you actually was right and how much of the percentage you were wrong. Listen, it's not made to make it easier for you. That's what people don't get. People think, where are the results so I can get better? No, it's easier to manipulate. It's not made to make you directly like this, you know, straight away a better trader just from the test here. It's just a test for yourself to see from that perspective how good you think you are. And that's what matters. Thank you. 650, beautiful. Okay, we're almost at 500 likes. Once we hit 500 likes, then we do it. We have 88 people. We're gonna roll it once today. And that's it. One winner. And I want you to send a message once you are here. I want to make sure that you are watching. It's important as well. Perfect exam I failed in psychological things. Okay, good to know, Enos. Good to know. Is the test timed? No, there's no time. 50 questions though. And we have spent a lot of time creating it, developing it, making sure the user questions are easy, hard, a combination of everything. Market structure, psychology, the overall fundamentals, everything that you need to know. And all in package. Why? We want to make sure that the people that are qualified and actually passed the test, okay, can vote with us when we are taking trading setups in Discord on private live streams. How legendary is that you can vote with the community and we listen to your vote? But only if you're qualified. So if everyone could do it, then, you know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, then it's just like retail, you know. No, only the qualified people in different ranks, different filters. If you don't want to do the test, it's also fine. You still can watch the live streams and benefit from it and take trades from there. No problem. That's no problem. Do we need to answer 10% accurate to pass the test? No. Phil, please have a message you want to give away. Drop a message right now, right there. I want to make sure that you're actually watching. Congratulate him, guys. We're going to do giveaways every single day. Okay, we have done it over and over and over again. Phil says I'm here. Okay, amazing, brother. Congratulations. Tomorrow, another giveaway right here. Be there tomorrow during the FOMC meeting. I'm going to give probably 2 live streams. One is a regular session. If nothing is happening, I'm going to keep that session quite short. Because it could happen that the market is dead before the FOMC. And then, of course, we're going to listen to Uncle Jerome. The best part. We're going to listen to Uncle Jerome and see what he got to tell us right there. Important. Okay, gold is coming down to fill up that wick, which is great. If you now start building like higher highs, and the dollar is coming down again from that same level as we're seeing right now, okay, I'm extremely bullish on gold in the short term. So I'm definitely gonna look for longs here. It's a beautiful time. All right, it's 10 a.m. EST.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay, I don't know where Mike is muted here. But what I said was, okay, the 30-minute, to sum it up real quick, of the volatility index is very interesting. We have been not taking out that liquidity. We came back to that lower low. And we bounced from it. And it's actually a very interesting moment to start to bounce, because now we start to really accumulate here. With all that liquidity above, while the US30 at this time right now could potentially flip. So it's an interesting moment here. So instead of the actual long or retracement, I would love to see how we react here and come down. Absolutely. For gold as well now, if we now start to create higher highs internally, and the dollar gets rejected here, I'm gonna be extremely bullish. We have that hourly candle. And I think that there is a big chance we would come back to the 103, 108 again. First. It's funny how different trading view an MT4 is, because an MT4 gold is at the moment at the bottom wick of the CPI news. Yeah, it depends on the broker. It depends on the broker, but good to know. Good to know. Yes, eurusd, we have an alert set. So if the euro comes there, we will find out too. We will find out. What do you think of DJ? Can it still go above the 175? There is a possibility if the dollar decides to come down again. But we have to wait for the hourly closure. We will find out. How do you actually go about finding trades? I feel like I have the knowledge, but I don't have the setups by myself. It depends on the market condition in general, bro. Also, what kind of setups you're looking for. My suggestion is do never force anything. I know what you mean, but it takes time to just recognize the same patterns, to connect the dots in your brain, and to start seeing these things. It just takes time. I keep a very close eye on gold right now at the moment. For GJ, somebody asked me a question. We are already coming up. So it's already happening. And the euro is still not there, but we're getting there. Finally. 107.868. Why? The euro index is extremely strong. Interesting scenario, huh? Dollar, the news came out extremely bullish for the market. Core CPI came out perfectly. CPI came out super, super negative, like positive actually for the market in general. 0.9% lower than the previous, 0.1% lower than the forecast. CPI, everything came out better than expected. Yet the dollar is moving up here. So wait for that reaction. This is pure taking out the liquidity first now. Liquidate all the people that went long and making sure that everyone is stopped out before we can actually make that real move. Should be waiting in gold? Yeah, for sure. I would wait a little bit. Absolutely. If the US30 drops below this level, I might short it and take out the lows below here. So let me set an alert here as well. Let's get back to gold. Euro USD is almost there, bro. Almost there. We're almost there. We're getting there. Dixie got a strong high. Yeah, I think we still need to break above the 103.368 though. We have this zone. We're getting rejected at this level right now. You can see it already. The second time we've been tapping to this candle structure. So this is a key moment for gold right here. Super important moment for gold to see what's going to happen. Same for the EURUSD. We're almost there. And the dollar is right now in a crucial level. So the EURUSD is at a fantastic point of interest now as well. Just get to wait for that confirmation. What is the reason for not moving on gold today? You mean gold not has been moving, or like what do you mean? What do you mean specifically? Let me know. Well, if you traded this, okay, let's say it came down, if you let's say traded this right here, you was short here, you would have got stopped out during the news immediately, and if you then went long here, you would have now been stopped out also in position or immediately reversed on you as well. So regardless of what you did, you know, unless you took a trade here, but therefore I wanted to have the confirmation for the dollar. That confirmation was not there. Okay, euro finally reached that zone. The dollar is now getting rejected. This is interesting. This is interesting. So now we're getting somewhere. The hourly candle has been closed. We have a top wick of a new candle. That's good. Let's come down. Let's break the low. So we have a top wick of the hourly candle closure of the previous, hourly candle top wick. Want to see that lower low. Euro breaking probably this high. And we'll probably go for a long here. I was waiting a very long time for it to reach that stage. And stop loss below that low. And the liquidity is built up here. Look at the liquidity built up there. Highs are not been taken out previously. I think there is still a possibility for the dollar to come back down overall. I think there is still a chance for it to make that. The beautiful imbalance right in between there. And then the dollar obviously making that rejection at a lower low. So you're basically trading breakout, range, chase of liquidity. Correct. A breakout of a previous range, so breakout of a strong high or strong low. In combination with the correlations, targeting the liquidity before we get above it. In combination with a closuring strategy. Let's put an alert there as well for the euro, for the dollar. If the US30 breaks it low, we're going to short the US30 as well. We have an alert set as well there. So if dollar rejects, euro breaks above previous high formed, you gotta wait candle closure retest to enter. Yeah, particularly candle closure doesn't have to be a retest. It can also be a market entry. It depends on where it actually is. It doesn't always have to be a retest, but sometimes a retest is better. It depends on what time you break it. So if it's let's say 18, you break it at in this case 10:18. You wait for the 5-minute candle closure. If it's 18:20, 1 minute. If it's the 18:27, 30 minute. Again, it's spreadsheet, you can find in my last video. How to avoid fake outs in the market. Keep in mind that in general, this is major support for the eurusd here right now. Okay, we have been breaking above it, and now we're actually retesting this zone also. But we do not have to enter straight away from that level. We want to at least give us a little more confidence to enter, and that is that breakout. So that bounce, that break, closure, dollar breaking below, closure, and you have a trade. If the dollar decides to go up and continue its journey, we have the US30 here. It's a different approach. The US30. So for me, it does not matter. It does not matter where or when, which one. eurusd break, yeah, we really need to wait for that 30-minute closure at least if you want to see that closing below. I bought now, please check. Okay, yeah, I never really buy on support levels. That's not the confirmation for me. You want to see the bounce, you want to see the higher high, you want to then see the dollar breaking the lows, close below. That's the confirmation. Still don't get it. Was bad data for US. News doesn't mean shit. News is just news does not reflect an outcome. So the combination of news and technicals are more important here. It's extremely trippy around the CPI. We have the FOMC coming tomorrow. It could be that the dollar now came down, and this is completely normal. The news positive for the markets in general, right? The dollar should be coming down, but it's not happening. Why not? Tomorrow's the FOMC. Maybe we pivot tomorrow. So maybe we had that first initial response to the downside. We took out the liquidity was built up. We let people believe we actually are going to come down. We induce as many people as possible to actually, make a move to the downside, prepare themselves, trap as many people as possible, go up, FOMC meeting, actually come down. So totally valid in my opinion. So I never fall for anything anymore. I wait for my confirmations in the market based on my correlated market structure pairs and with the closure confirmation to make a decision. That's the way for me personally. Dollar index broke level. Should we go long? Let me see. Yeah, well, wait for that closure above. In my opinion, go long. I'd rather look for a short-term US 30 short opportunity. Why? Well, look at the US 30 here. Look at what we have been building. A tremendous amount of liquidity below. I would not be surprised if we take out these lows, take out the liquidity, and then more tomorrow move further back up again. So come down until the FOMC and then reverse again on us right here. So if indeed the dollar now decides to keep pushing, the euro USD is invalidated. This trade, you know, we never created a higher high, and we will see from there. And then the US 30 comes into play. So there's always something that you can trade against if we go the other way. But we're not forcing any trades either. Look, Lorenzo, this is good data. CPI is lower. That means the price of goods is getting lower, so they can buy it cheaper than previous. Yeah, I'm paying. Oh yeah, in theory, yes. In theory, correct. You're completely right. So it should be better for the market. It should be worse for the dollar. But because the dollar now is coming down, we took out, it's just about getting as much liquidity as possible and doing as many people as possible. And then maybe tomorrow, make that real move when the FOMC actually is there. And we have Uncle Jerome speaking. So there is still an actual climax coming, and that's tomorrow. What's the TP on the EURUSD? It depends if you break this level. And it depends on what the previous low is. So if you break this level, the TP is definitely above the highs here. Bro, very hard questions on the test. That's good. That's good. That means that once the people are passing, the people that are passing that can vote with us are actually qualified enough to actually make a decision. Because you want to have good traders. I'm not saying that you're not a good trader, but you want to make sure that the traders that you are voting with together, when taking a setup together with us in the trading pit, know what they're doing. Or at least have a very solid, good basic understanding. We're going to make it easier, a little bit easier. We're going to change the things around here. We're going to make sure that the time in between tests is lower, so you can actually take it, you know, faster again. Okay, 30 minutes recovering support. Yes, so like I said, you want to wait for 30-minute closure. Not a 50-minute, a 30-minute. On gold, okay. Gold is doing what I want as well, to be honest. We came and filled up that wick. Dollar failed to break that this high. Okay, that previous high here. I think it was only 3 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Yeah, it was on the is this level. We're not there yet. We're not officially there. We're not officially coming down yet, but it's a good start. No, you want to wait for this break for sure. 103.255, and the euro needs to break the 109.107.972. No need to worry, but it will be good if we can see the result in the end. Yeah. The percentage, you will see. So how many you had good, how many you had wrong. So what's the percentage of trades you had good and what are the percentage of trades you had wrong. Test seemed simple. It's kind of odd even experienced traders failed it. Yeah, very interesting. It's a good way to look at it. It's a good way to look at it. But the most important part is just to also have a feeling for yourself. What do you think was the hardest question? Was it the correlation? Was it the psychological aspect? Was it the market structure? Like, where did you find the test the most difficult? And I think this is an extremely important, it's great, like some good self-reflection as well. Okay, we're coming up. 30-minute closure has not been done yet, so as long as we close above it, I'm still in the same boat. And again, guys, for the new people that don't know what I'm talking about with the test here, we have 50 questions you can take. It's the verification test. If you get this test, you get a new rule. You will be able to vote with us in the trading setups. It will make it a lot easier. And if the system works, which it will, but it will only get better over time, we have an amazing system where you no longer have to just watch a trader, trade live here in our Discord privately, blah, blah. No, it's actually you watch, you vote, your vote counts. And the average, based on all these different ranks, outcome will be a trade. And then you can decide if you want to copy or not. That's up to you. Well, we will have an account that we will grow. And we create track records on that account to prove that it works. And the test is made to qualify people. It's not made for everyone to just pass it. You have to show some good quality skills. Not too hard, not too easy. Apparently much harder than we thought eventually. And then we have an elite level where you have to prove that you're actually a profitable trader and so on and so on. And then you have to show us that you're profitable for the last 3 months on average. Track records, whatever. Prop firm results, whatever it is. Okay, the wording and the correlation. That's maybe something that we can look for. So we will definitely use your feedback here. How do I find your Discord? Links in the description. Link is in the description right here. I put it in the chat for you right now as well. We're reaching the 10,000. Coming very close. Very, very close. Big milestone for us. We came a long way in the last year. Not that long, but a lot of work. A lot of work. Okay, beautiful. You're looking strong. You're coming closer and closer. 30-minute closure. Well, the test goes over multiple different terminology. Yeah, I agree. It's possible to have a successful mentality trading system. Yeah, exactly. So it does not mean that if you feel that you are a bad trader in any way, shape, or form. It's just we need to know that you understand the level that we are operating on, at least the basics. And yeah, of course, we're trying to define it as easy as possible, but at the same time, yeah, you will pass it over time. After we pass the test, you need to prove that we are profitable. No. That's only for the next rank, so you don't have to. So in terms of the voting rights, the next rank is counted as 3 times 1, like regular rank. So if you pass it, you get a green logo behind your name instead of a yellow one. Okay, dollar is flipping from that high. US30 will not then, of course, break it. Gold is starting to move. I like the EURUSD more. I got one more for you to try. GBP is trading dollar. I would look at this. Wait for body closure above it, come down. Wait for internal higher high. Look for long, target to liquidity above. It is automatically list whole zone as well. You will see. I cannot say your name, unfortunately. I think it's Russian, my man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Let's get back to the EURUSD. Beautiful. So we came down, we manipulated the lows. We came up. We came down, we came up, manipulated the highs. Now we're breaking internal lows. Or we're gonna break internal lows. Potentially. I do like this level of support. We have now taken out the lows here as well. Alex, my man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. We swapped indeed the last week as well. See you, brother. We swapped the last week. We wait for that reaction. Now we need to wait for that lower low. We have indeed the 30-minute candle closure coming. So now it's 26. Let's say we break it. We need to wait for the 30-minute candle closure. And after that, the 5-minute, because there's a lot of manipulation around the time as well. Only 4 days left in my funded challenge. I was down 8.31%. Now I'm at minus 3.86. Any suggestion? Keep doing what you're doing. You recovered 5%. So don't go for the win. Go for, like, you know, the retry, in my opinion. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. How to understand the spreadsheet? Go to my last video yesterday. Uploaded this video yesterday. I upload a lot of content right now on a regular basis. I'm gonna upload 2 videos a week. That's my target. If I can make it at least 1, I'm going for 2. Where in Bali are you? I'm in Sese. It's called Sese. I don't know if you know it, but it's above Canggu. See Bitcoin holding perfectly here. I'm not worried about Bitcoin at all. I'm not worried about it. I think we're gonna see some positive reaction in the coming hours. Maybe some consolidation to the downside, but we're gonna be stable for the next coming hours, at least to the FOMC, and then we'll see here. Lorenzo, my man, any tips towards backtesting? So, don't lie to yourself. That's my biggest tip when you backtest. Don't lie to yourself. Be as honest as possible. I know it's very hard. The best thing that I can do, what I always did, is I let somebody else picking the chart and replay. Because if I did it myself, I was like unconsciously looking for the right moment. You know, no. Boom. You just let somebody else do it and then make a decision from there. That's why I prefer demo. Yeah, that's another layer. Which pair do you recommend for aggressive trades? Gold. The more volatile assets. Gold, silver. Use30, you know, these type of assets. Oil. We're still not there yet. I'm still not 100% convinced that. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, guys. That's it. Tomorrow there's a big day. Beautiful. Yeah, for gold, we're now coming down. We're kind of like filling up that wick. We have completed that section. We have done it. I want to be a little bit more patient with gold for now. You can already see it. I want to at least seeing it coming back to this initial range here, which I think could happen. We're building towards liquidity below this zone. So let's see how we react. This initial range, if you go to the 10 minute, you know what I'm talking about. This particular range right here. You want to use this tool, the Fixers Vol Profile. I have a video about this as well. Uploaded last week with 8 trading examples. Very high. The point of control right here. And if you bounce from there and you create an internal higher high, go long from there. No brainer. That's a no-brainer. Yeah, for you, but like, how would you backtest a strategy from scratch, like on spreadsheets? Like I said, I would just let somebody, choose the setup, the chart, go back in chart, don't choose it yourself, and just do it. And then if you wanna use a spreadsheet for it, you can. But I would not overcomplicate backtesting. Backtesting is just to give you an impression of a strategy. Potentially it works, yes or no. Once you think that there is potential, that's already enough to go real time and actually start testing it out. on a either micro level or demo or whatever, the personal preference. I would still get some real money involved, but if you don't have it, just demo is fine. Backtesting is, in my opinion, just to figure out if a strategy has the potential, not if it actually works, you know, completely. Sandeep, Nabinder stayed in Ubud, Semiak and Gili Islands. Okay, interesting, interesting. Gili as well. It's been a while since I've been in Gili as well. Interesting. I bought gold at 95k check. I mean, where's your stop loss? If you buy it and you buy it here, make sure that you first break a high. Why? This high put in this low. If you want a short, if you want a long here, you want to at least wait for this high to be broken. Absolute necessity. Okay, that's the high that you need to break before making a trading decision. Because you want to at least break a high that put in the last low. In this case, this high put in the low. You want to break that high. Super important. No motor transport on Gili. Cycling. Yes, I know, I know. You have horses though. I thought you mentioned if you should do 100 trades. Yeah, you don't have to backtest 100 trades. You should backtest a couple of trades and then do 100 trades in real time to just test it for yourself. But it doesn't have to be a backtest. It can be real-time data, but you don't have to put a tremendous amount of money on it. If not a demo, if you take it, if you want to test and see if it works for you. Stop loss ratio 1.5 from the same buying entry. I don't know what level, just what level is your stop loss? Because I don't know what your take profit is, so I don't know what a 1 to 5 means for you. So dollar is holding here. It didn't break the low. Euro therefore didn't break the high. Okay, that's why it's same thing for here. Why did we wait for this level to be broken? Let me know in the chat right now. What's the reason, chat? Why did I wait for that high to be broken right here? The 107972. What's the reason? That's the high that put in the low. So that's the stronger high that you want to break. You want to make sure that you break this high. You have been consolidating, expanding, you created it low, so you need to at least break this high. And then based on the timing, you wait for the closure. You see at what time it breaks, then you need to wait. You need to see exactly what time frame you need to wait for a closure. And then you see the same thing on the dollar. Then you make a trading decision. Then you go long or short. Exactly, fam. Exactly. Okay. Unfortunately, we got rejected here. We've been streaming for almost already, like, reaching the 4-hour mark. We're coming closer and closer. I'm gonna leave you guys for today. I hope you guys liked it still with gold in regards to everything that happened. Very interesting. Came out as expected. Gold made that initial move also as expected, taking out swiping liquidity, coming up, then coming back down again. Euro, same thing, same behavior. The question is tomorrow, is the pivot there or not? Is that gonna be the pivot? I think there is a high likelihood. I think there's a high likelihood, especially if the dollar indeed now decides to continue momentum up after coming down, while the data was that much better. I think this is an amazing signal potentially that we could finally pivot tomorrow after we did not increase the interest rates here from there. Okay. Tanvir. Just answer the damn question. No. I'm not gonna answer your question. Alright guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I see you tomorrow. Gonna be an amazing session here. We're gonna have 2 streams tomorrow. We're gonna stream the FOMC meeting. Okay. And then we're gonna, or not the FOMC meeting, we're gonna stream the pre-FOMC. If the market is good, we're gonna take a trade there. If not, and it's shit, we're gonna close the stream earlier. We're gonna definitely stream before the Jerome Powell here. And actually watching him live, see what it happens. And then, you know, when the volatility kicks in, we're gonna see what we can do there. But that's the final squeeze. That should be the climax of the week. And that should conclude the actual direction of the market this week here. And then based on that, we will find out. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Have an amazing rest of your day. Join our Discord. And if you want to be a part of, you want to take the test, the 50 questions, you want to get access to our private live streams that we're going to launch very soon. You want to join the virtual trading pit of Wall Street. Look at the description in the announcement section in Discord. And join our Discord. We're going to probably head to the Limitless Lounge. Hang out here for a while. It's already getting filled up. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. See you later. Ciao, ciao.